Oh, look at you. Mm. eh, So, I see I turned my back for 5 minutes, and she has been here, huh? Your little guardian angel, your little silently watching, invisibly watching. Suddenly, she's appearing. Suddenly, you can see her, and she's appearing for you, making a special appearance for you. Ah, mhm. Funny. I just wanted to let you know that I'm aware. Yeah, because I'm your secretary. I'm, uh, I'm aware because I'm your secretary, and we discussed this, that secretaries know these things. A good secretary knows who's visiting, and I am, as I said, a wicked good secretary. So, yeah, I'm not angry, if that's what you're thinking. I'm not angry that you would have a conversation with an angel. I'm not upset. I want you to know that. I want you to know that I'm not upset with you for talking to her. You know, you don't owe me any briefings, right? That's what I do for you, right? That's my job. That's not your job. That's my job. I just wanted to let you know that I'm on top of things. And I'm aware. I'm I'm always I'm always aware. Even if I don't seem like I'm here, I still know what's going on, you know? Mhm. Mm. So, I guess she told you. Yeah. She told you what she did, right? And how she filed that extension, and she told you that she did it in less than a week, didn't she? She told you less than a week, and then she asked for an extension. You know how long it took me? You know how long it took me to, ask for you as an assignment? First time I read your file. Very first time, before I even met you. I didn't even have to meet you to request an assignment with you. It wasn't even confirmed that, you were gonna entirely need a demon to counterbalance the angel who was suddenly influencing you. We hadn't even confirmed that, but I saw the case. I read the summary, I saw the photograph, I saw your photograph, and I decided right then and there that I wasn't gonna fight anybody who tried to take this one. That's what I decided. Uh, no angel was gonna get you on my watch, and I was making sure that I was gonna be on the watch. Mm. No, I thought you should know. I thought you need to know. That's what you need to know, 'cause, that is also not standard, you know? I know she told you how it wasn't standard for her to request an extension before the week was up. That was not standard, no, but it was also not standard for me you know, to pick a case file and say that it was absolutely mine, that I wanted it, that I wanted you. Oh, I want you to understand that. And just like she wanted you to understand that you were requested, that an extension was requested, that you were special to her, right? That's what she wanted you to understand. Let's face it, that's what she was getting at, that you were special to her, right? She wants you to feel like you're special to her so that maybe you'll be special. You'll find that she's special to you. I got news for you. You know what? Demons don't request assignments. We get handed them. We get handed assignments. We don't go requesting them because we don't go looking for extra work. It's not our thing. It's not our style. But I did. I did. ask for you. So if you're talking about special, I mean, what'd she do? She asked for a little more time a little sooner than she was supposed to, but I went out of my way to actually ask for you. Put in that request in triplicate because, as I have mentioned, that kind of bureaucracy is straight from my department, right? Uh, Absolutely one of our things. Uh, and everything I said was true. That you needed some counterbalance, some checks and balances for her pressure, her undue influence that she was putting on you to be good all the time when you have your own choices to make, right? Uh, but also, uh, if I'm being honest, you know, which I always am, unlike her, ironic, isn't it? But if I'm being honest, it was kind of a flimsy excuse, to get to become your secretary so that I could come here and keep an eye on you. Make sure she didn't have her undue influence on you, didn't make sure she didn't get away with it. So also get to know you a bit better. So that's where we are now. She's got her confession and I have mine. I mean, I don't have to report mine to the higher ups because they don't my side, they don't care. They don't have the same kind of concern. If we take a personal interest. They kind of recommend it actually, the more personal the interest, the more dedicated we are to our jobs, and yeah, they figure they don't see a conflict of interest as being an actual conflict of interest, really. It's her kind do. Her kind are so uptight. They make such rules, unnecessary rules. She's gonna have to explain herself. Not me though. Yeah. But I'm here telling you anyway. I'm here telling you because you deserve to know the truth. I guess we both have that in common since she also just had to say hers out loud. So I'm gonna be damned if I let her be the only one who makes these confessions. If if I'm gonna be honest, I, frankly I don't want her to have that kind of advantage. So I didn't just take this job on because it was my assignment. Obviously, I wanted to. I wanted you, and I did it because I was interested in doing it. I did it because I was interested in you. I mean, it is kind of a demon's job to interfere, obviously, but just the thought of her influencing you, it gives me a little thing in my chest, a little cold little knot in my chest, a little thing like that. It's a little bit more than professional interest. Obviously, we both know that, right? So, well, if you don't want to know this, right? If you want me to stop talking like this, I can, I will. I honestly, I don't have to do this. Yeah. Everything so far that we've talked about has all been business. I can go right back to being all business if you want. But this part hasn't been business. This has been personal. This has been personal. She got personal, so I feel like I can get personal. And because I don't want her getting personal with you. I don't want her getting personal with you if I'm not getting personal with you, and but we could just pretend that this didn't happen, okay? I don't. Would you want that or? Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah, good, 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 good. I wouldn't have wanted to. I would have, you know? So, I mean, I would have, but it's not the first time I've done something like this, you know? I've taken interest in other humans, other mortals, just not quite for the same reasons, right? I've made requests for personal reasons as well, like for cases that had to do with bargains, or somebody had something I found interesting or I wanted, or, you know, you make bargains, you make deals. Sometimes it's something important, sometimes it doesn't even matter. But, you know, I never understood the appeal of just picking somebody that you want to work on their case just to hang around them, to be a secretary of all things. Just to be able to hang around their apartment in the middle of the night, making sure that nobody comes to influence them, steal them to the other side, that sort of thing. I I I I get that this is all sounding kind of possessive. I it is kind of possessive. I get that. I'm sure she would call it a violation, you know? Yeah, violation of your free will or something like that, but that's not. It's not like I'm not the one who's subtly influencing you. I am telling you upfront, not like she did. You know, it is a world of difference what she did and what I'm doing. Like, she'll say it's the same thing, but I'm telling you it's different. It's very different. I've never once made a choice for you or influenced you to do what I want you to do. I want you to do what you want to do. I, I I only ever wanted to be the one who was there when you made your own choices and make sure that those choices were your own. Because I trust you to make the right choices. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes the bad choices. so so yeah, that's that. That's what I wanted to let you know. Anyway, I made coffee. I made coffee for you. You know, the way you like it. I was watching you sleep last night. Yeah. You kind of you do this thing. You have different sleep patterns. You know that you do this kind of breathing thing where you're relaxed and you're calm and steady. And last night it wasn't quite like that. You didn't seem to be as restful. So anyway, coffee. I don't drink it myself, obviously. I mean, my kind don't exactly run on caffeine. We're more like running on tension and stress, chaos, that kind of thing. Passion. But I've been paying attention, and I realized that you were tired today. So, you know, enjoy. You know, I've got to tell you that this assignment isn't going to end. Like, you know that, right? Like, I'm still going to be your secretary. Just because she confessed and she's going to her higher ups and what have you, I'm still going to be here. You know, and still filing your paperwork, still taking your calls, still making sure nobody crosses that threshold that you know, nobody gets in this office that hasn't been proved of. That part hasn't changed. Honestly, I don't want it to. I kind of like doing this. I kind of like knowing exactly where you are, who you're with, what's going on in your schedule. But I don't have to I don't have to keep pretending that what I'm doing is strictly professional, right? I don't have to pretend. I can tell you. I did tell you, you know. I used to be one of those demons that that people were totally afraid of, the monster under the bed type of thing. People like, you know, fear retribution and things like that. That was me smiting people for what they'd done. This is different. This is a lot different, Kind of weird making coffee for people because, just because they didn't sleep the night before. I'm not entirely sure what to do with all that. I mean, if I'm thinking about it too closely, I didn't negotiate this part. Yeah, I've negotiated thousands of deals. I have been in rooms that could make or unmake an entire city without even thinking about the nefarious people doing those nefarious things, and none of it kind of prepared me for this feeling right now, like how compelled I feel to be around you, how unsteady I feel around you sometimes. Just being in your kitchen in the morning when you come out of bed and you're still groggy and hmm. Oh, yeah, Maeve's gonna be back soon. I should warn you about this. I should tell you. I'm not sure she knows yet about what's gonna happen to her or to me. Me having told you what I told you. Yeah, she probably can sense it. Angels have that sort of thing. She might have even just felt it the moment I told you, but I'm not going to say that it doesn't complicate things because she cares about you too, right? And in her own very careful, very, very subtly controlling way, she cares about you. And I don't know if either of us is actually going anywhere. I think she's probably going to be taken off of your guardianship, but definitely not immediately. Anyway, that means you're gonna have two very different types of women showing up in your life, very, very regularly, kind of indefinitely. My kind, we're not very good at sharing. It's gonna be interesting. But you know what? That's a conversation for later. Right now, I just want to sit with you for a while. Watch you drink your coffee while she's not here. I like sitting with you. I mean, if that's something you want as well, obviously, I'm okay. Go ahead, drink your coffee. We have time. I am going to make sure that personally, for as long as you let me, I will make sure that you do get to enjoy your freedoms, your choices. I respect what you want. I read once in one of your mortal books the difference between wanting someone and choosing them. Choosing is something you do every day on purpose, all the time, even after the wanting has sometimes waned and ebbed. And that's what I think I want to do with you is keep choosing. I say choosing. Actually, the book called it loving. Loving someone. Loving someone is choosing every day. That it's a choice you make every day, and that's what it meant to love someone. So I kind of don't like using that word because it's got different connotations. It's got very different, lofty kind of heavenly kind of connotations. When really I just mean something very base. Very, I promise you, very base, very unheavenly is what I mean by wants and love. But anyway, uh, there you have it. Uh, she's made her confession, and I've made mine. So enjoy your coffee. Not going anywhere anytime soon. It's going to be an interesting battle between the two of us, she and I. But I'm going to make sure that you get to make your own choices, whatever that may be. Hey there, cupcakes. Thank you all so very much for being here at the end of the story. And unsurprisingly, this character made her way over onto Patreon for a spicy little exclusive. I don't think anybody would be surprised by that. Nobody's shocked. But I had so much fun reading my comments after my last video, my last outro, where I talked about the whole eye contact thing, and all of the people, all of my neurospicy people came joining me, talking about how they're also on the spectrum, and like, yeah, yeah. Hi, guys. And nice to see you. We never would have recognized each other before because we wouldn't be looking at each other's eyes to know that we weren't making eye contact. That's how that works. I also had a fun comment from Dino Man Moment, which, what a great name. Dino Man Moment, uh, who has said I still come back to this series occasionally. It's so fun and wholesome. And he was talking about the hero saves the flirty magician from Solitary Surreal. And I loved that series. I loved doing that series. I especially loved the image from that series. I had so much fun. That outfit was fabulous, and that's all it takes for me. Uh, I have a lot of people who are taking sides on whether they like Maeve the Angel or whether they like the demon. A lot of people are given are glad to have heard Maeve's Maeve's side of the story, but I also kind of like the demon. Let's see, one of my favorite comments, Chris Leahy. As a listener, I'd help fight this charge of unauthorized doting. Her job performance, along with the demon, is perfect combination balance for the listener's life. Cool. Actually, that's not the comment that I was looking for from Chris Leahy. Chris Leahy. We're just going to read everything that Chris has to say. Hey, Chris, no pressure. We're just going to go through all these comments and find everything you have to say. Okay. So Chris had commented, I could use a secretary like her. I have two Maves in real life, my wife and my mother. Most times they're separate Maves, but on weekends when we visit my mother, they get together to form Super Mave. Cool, cool audio, Jamie. Loved it. Thank you so very much. And oh goodness. I Stormcoming says siding with the angel of the demon is super easy, barely an inconvenience, and I appreciate that you noticed that I did that. Thank you, Storm. I knew I could count on you. All right, guys, thank you so much for all the kind words. I wish I could get to everyone's comments because there were so many fun observations and it just such kind things that you say to me. You are always so good to me with your comments, with your subscriptions, with your hypes. Oh gosh, guys, if you like a smaller creator, I've said this before, it helps so much. If you would please hype me if you're on mobile, that's such a huge help, and I appreciate you. I also appreciate, obviously, my patrons, and I would like to welcome my newest patrons. There's Zareth and Cedarwood, Levi Green, and Shade. I look forward to seeing you in the comments, in the Patreon chat, and also in my Discord server where we hang out. And this weekend, we are having Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're having chats. For Saturday and Sunday, we're having Baker and Pound Cake tier level chats for my Patreon patrons, and I will post the schedule for that shortly. And on Friday, we will be having the YouTube member Tasty Cakes hangout. And so keep your eyes posted. We will have the schedule coming. I will have the schedule coming up soon. And thank you also to those of you who were kind to me on Throne. There's Temper and Gungrave and Jim. And I'm stupid excited about, like, it's the silliest thing. Just a tube of mascara in a glittery, glittery red, ruby red, glittery tube. That's all it takes. I am a magpie on the inside and also colorblind for anything but a very particular shade of red. So thank you so much. And finally, of course, to all of you who are still listening, you are wonderful to me. And I hope that you will all be as good to yourselves as you are to me. And I will talk to you soon. Take care.